Myself Farshid, and now we are going to discuss the topic software bots. Earlier days, computer programs are dreamed about programs that act, talk, and think like humans. Such programs could not only automate tasks that humans perform, but also work with humans to solve intellectual tasks that can't be entirely automated. Even as far back as 1966, the hope was for these programs to pass the Turing test, in which humans are fooled into believing they are interacting with an intelligent human rather than a mere program. The terms chatbot, chatterbot, and bot were interchangeably used to describe the realization of this vision. And quite surprisingly, but now they refer most to a conversational style, an anthropomorphized script, or an agent that automates rote and tedious tasks. Bots typically aren't intended to fool users into believing they are interacting with a real person, but many bots do have a pleasant, engaging personality. Bots typically reside on platforms on which users work or play with other users. They also frequently integrate secondary services into communication channels, providing a conduct between users and other tools. They might fetch or share information, or else extract and analyze the data, detect and monitor events and activities in communication and social media, connect users with each other or with other tools, or provide feedback and recommendations on individual and collaborative tasks. Bots and software development. Bots are rapidly becoming a de facto interface for interacting with software services. This is due partly to the widespread adoption of messaging platforms, for example, Facebook Messenger for social networking and Slack for developer communication, and partly to the advancement of natural language processing, which many bots leverage. But another driver is the prevalence of big data. Along with machine learning algorithms for analyzing data across many domains, bots provide a convenient way for developers to generate a UI for interfacing or interacting with these algorithms and data prospectively. And major software companies are recognizing the value bots brings in terms of integrating services, users, and communication channels. Facebook aims to replace apps one bot at a time in its messaging platform, while Microsoft claims that conversation as a platform is the OS of the future, like Alexa, Siri, IBM Watson, and Google. Now all support this shift towards bots. There are also many bots in platform service. It is used to connect with other developers and services such as Slack, Microsoft Teams, and HitChat. The transition from command line interfaces to interacting with bots through messaging tools, it feels intuitive to most developers. We see new examples of sophisticated and innovative bots stemming from developers' needs. These examples are paving the way for bots in other domains. This situation is inspiring the development of bots for users who are spending increased time in messaging applications and are embracing bots as an alternative to installing and relying on external apps. However, bot developers must carefully consider not only where to host bots and how to create them, but also when not to use them. Botology. Understanding the bot landscape. Although the development and widespread adoption of bots have occurred in just few years, what's truly surprising are the diverse tasks and roles bots have taken on. Instead of trying to narrowly define bots or chatbots, we embrace their diversity and look for ways to characterize their distinct features. One way to characterize bots is through their interaction model. Some bots support a domain specific language in which users interact with bots using specific commands in a command line interface, while other bots might parse natural language through text or speech. These bots might also embed rich UI controls in a platform. that lets users respond quickly. Bots can support a pull based approach in which users initiate interaction with this term. For example, a user invokes the bot using commands such as Hey Siri. They can also support a push based approach in while they initiate the interaction on the basis of some system or user context. Another way to characterize bots in terms of their intelligence adoption its adaptation. Some bots are context aware and might use the context to change how they interact with users. Reasoning. Some bots follow simple logic rules, others use more advanced AI to drive their behavior. Autonomy. Some bots are entirely autonomous. Some rely on human input before acting, and others use a mixed approach. Generalist bot, such as Siri or Cortana, support a range of simple tasks and direct users to appropriate external resources when deeper knowledge is required. Transactional bots works on the user's behalf, automatically executing transactions with external systems. For example, automatically making a purchase when a price level is reached. Informational bots fetch information for users. For example, gathering insights about stocks or providing weather updates. Productivity bots improve user or team productivity by automatic routes or tedious tasks. For example, updating calendars or silencing notification. Creating and hosting the bots. Although simple bots can be built from scratch and self-hosted, many developers leverage third-party frameworks to streamline creation and distribution. With the explosion of the new tools for bot development, we need to distinguish between the tools for building bots, creation platforms, and the platforms on which the bots dwell. Distribution platforms, companies such as Microsoft, Facebook, and offer comprehensive tooling to support bot creation and distribution. Other companies provide customized resources for specific creation and distribution tasks. Table 1 lists some common bot platforms and the creation and distribution service they use, along with the other bot technologies. Here are the development bots in the action. Software developers have been early adopters and proponents of bots because they have recognized bots' potential for both enhancing individual and team productivity and it's significantly improving software quality so that chatbots bring awareness and transparency to the communication channel and enable non-technical team members to engage with operations without needing and domain expertise. For example, a company that provides transactional email services had adopted bots as a part of software development. Within 25 employees and two office locations, Victoria, Canada, and San Francisco, they has the central hub for its communication and DevOps, and bots fulfill several development tasks. And it set reminders for team members using Slackbot, and it's manage and coordinate customer support and help desk tickets. It's using HelpScott, facilitate real-time communication with users visiting the Senvita's website, and using Oklar pipped with HelpScott, and it's manage physical communication, accommodate custom tasks, automatically share resources and documents, monitor and index runtime warnings, errors, and exceptions, notify the appropriate team members when errors and exception occurs, track and aggregate the service status of other service providers that company depends on. Developers can expect to see more and more bots being introduced to support their workflow and development related activities. In addition, companies such as Sendwithus are recognizing their dependence on Slack and the bots that perform many of their daily tasks, which have become crucial to the running of the company. The provider services range from documentation and code templates to no code required board building interface such as Chatfield. Many popular creation platforms also have vibrant developer ecosystems And developers can connect with these online communities to obtain expertise in the form of tutorials, articles, discussions, and support. Other general bot development communities such as Bot Maker Slack group and the Chatbot Magazine community are hotbeds for discussions on a variety of bot related topics. Distribution platforms. Distribution platforms dictate where and how users access the bots. Many center around messaging or social networking. For example, Messenger, Skype, and WeChat. Other platforms are domain specific channels for developers. And Slack, Teams, and HipChats. These platforms support human bot, bot to bot, or even system to bot. Sel- Selecting the right distribution platform can benefit developers in a variety of ways. Some platforms provide access to a user base. Launching a bot on an existing platform gives developers a head start in overcoming the cold start user problem many new applications face. User bot interaction should be optimized. Ideally, users' interactions with bots should be smooth and frictionless. This is achievable if designers carefully plan conversational flows for especially for conversational bots. Bots should do not harm. Isaac Asimov's three laws of robotics states that robots must not harm humans, must obey others, and must protect themselves. These rules can also apply to software bots, but perhaps with the complexity and rapid growth of bots in our software ecosystems, these rules are too simple. Simple mistakes could have devastating effects, and protecting a user's privacy might be difficult. Thank you.